All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, it is a beautiful Wednesday night. We are going to get our prediction show rolling. Just a couple announcements. Yesterday, I did the Silver and Bro show for anybody to try to catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on Instagram Live as YouTube was having a malfunction or upgrade, whatever you want to call it. So I couldn't do the show, but I did do the show yesterday. So if you want to catch it on Instagram Live at All Sports Talk Podcast, it'll be on there. Today, me and Brandon are going to get right into it with our Week 16 predictions. He should be joining us soon. And there he is. Brandon, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing today?
Good. How about you, man?
Whew, hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Did you see that new banner the Lakers hung up there, man? Did you see that?
And then they lost.
And then they lost to the Knicks. And they lost to the Knicks. Such a great fashion. So beautiful. So beautiful. Man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But today it's NFL Week 16. There's left. There's not that many regular season games left. Some teams have already been shown the door to looking forward to their 2024 offseason. Some teams are hanging in there, and some teams are just they're going to clinch, but they just don't know where they're going to play yet. So, Brandon, it's time to get rolling. You ready? Well, in fashion, we have a Thursday night football game. We have a game between your team, the New Orleans Saints, taking on the Los Angeles Rams with heavy playoff implications. Both teams 7-7. The Saints are the number 9 seed. The Rams are the number 7 seed. Winning this game is more pivotal than anything else. And with two teams with two different stories, the Saints, who we thought believed that this was their division to lose, could possibly lose it. And the Rams, who I thought, they're not looking too good. Well, they're fighting for a playoff spot. So, Brandon, here we are. Week 16, let's get this going. Who do you have? Do you have your New Orleans Saints, or do you have the Los Angeles Rams?
I got the Rams.
Okay, no suspense, no nothing, just going straight into it, huh?
What's the suspense? That the Saints often suck. That the Saints defense sometimes lets up 20 points in a fucking quarter. What's the suspense? The Saints have not been great in primetime games. Which, yes, if this was the old Saints with Drew Brees and Sean Payton, I'd be so confident in that team. Yeah, but that's not what this team is. That's not this team. They are a team that has no offense, no chemistry, and then when they on the road, it shows up even worse. Now, could they have a game that they did against the Colts a couple of weeks ago, 2 months now ago, when they played the Colts, and their offense clicked, and it never looked like it was a problem? Yeah, it can happen, but I'm going to lean towards what I've been seeing the entire season. No chemistry, no trust in each other. Aaron Donald is still alive. I think he's still healthy, and I think he's still going to play. So, yeah, that's not good for the offensive line. And it's freaking Pete Carmichael. He's going to find a way to fuck this up. I see it already. And like you said, Derek Carr, last year, he had a chance to at least help the Raiders. Chances. And immediately shit the bed against Baker Mayfield, who got to the Raiders Tuesday and played that Thursday. And he outplayed him. Yeah, give me the Rams. I got the Rams.
How dare you? How dare you? Chris Olave's back. Jimmy Graham.
I'm so happy for him. That's awesome. Yeah. I know you. I know how you got to set it up. You ain't know damn well where you're going with this. Just get this over with. Come on.
Chris Olave's back. Jimmy Graham is catching touchdowns like it's 2011 again. The Saints defense looks good. Good enough. You guys are putting up yards, but man, you're not putting up enough points. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Rams too, man. That's the deal. That's the deal. Look, I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, mind you, is there a chance that the Saints can win tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. There is a chance. There is a very good chance. The problem is, I think this is where the craziest thing happened. The Rams made a trade, and I said it for the longest time. The Rams made a trade They need to bolster their offensive line so Matthew Stafford can get some time to throw. They signed one, they traded for one midseason, and all of a sudden now they look like they're an offense. Why? Because their offensive line is okay. Give me a. I'm telling you, man. It's just no, and honestly, this is what I think. I think this is the downfall. What's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is the same thing that it's always been. You know this. I know this. You give Matthew Stafford the ball with 2 minutes. Guess what? Majority of the time, guess what he usually does in those 2 minutes? Goes down the field. He's just that. He's just that type of quarterback. He can play okay at best or just above good for 58 minutes. Those final 2 minutes, nah, those are Stafford's minutes, man. Those are Stafford's minutes, all right? And is it going to get tricky? Yeah, because I like the Saints defensive line. Of course I do. It would have been better if Trey Hendrickson was there, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that right now. You're still hurt about that. Did you see how he played on Saturday against Minnesota? Man, he played great. He played great, didn't he?
They kept Markham been injured the entire fucking time as a Saint. Over Trey fucking Henderson, who led the league that year when he was a free agent in sacks. The Saints, ladies and gentlemen.
The Saints, everybody. The Saints. No, and I think what's really happening is the Rams found their Cooper Cup 2.0 in Puka-Nuka. That's what it is. And that's what it is. So, I expect what's the little Crash Bandicoot, the little I expect them to go off tomorrow. All right. Like when I hear his name, that's literally the first sound effect I have in my mind. And he goes for 150 yards, like, all right, let's go. Like there it is. So that's what I expect tomorrow. I expect the Rams to win this one. I think it's going to be closer than most. And the reason I say I think it's going to be closer than most is because both teams know what's on the line. If you lose, your chances of making the playoffs go down, not down the drain, but it's not going to get easier from here.
I mean, the Saints will still have a chance to win the division, even if we lose this game. But I just want to make sure we win this game, because even if we lose next week to Tampa, we can still get in the playoffs. That's the fucking problem.
Should be exciting. I promise you guys one thing. You might see 63 points combined, but you're not going to see 63 points by one team tomorrow, okay?
I don't know. I saw the Washington Commanders literally go up and down the field when they put Jacoby Brissett in the game. I'm like, Jacoby Brissett, but it's Derek Carr, so he's going to find a way to throw 3 picks.
He'll find a way. You know that better than I do. He'll find a way.
But I'm not a better man. I bet the parlay that he's going to throw 3 picks.
Next up, we got 2 Saturday matchup games and 2 very important games at that. The first one, we got the Bengals taking on the Steelers. The Bengals, for some weird reason, Jake Browning is killing it in Cincinnati. Like the year of the backup is what it is. If you were going to tell, if I ever have kids or new nieces and nephews, what was the 2023 season like? It was the year of the freaking backup, man. Let me tell you. Joe Flacco came off the couch and he threw 4 touchdowns in 2 games. I kid you not. He couldn't do that in Baltimore, but in Cleveland, he's all about passing. You got the Bengals who are now looking like a very competent, competitive football team. And then you have the Steelers who, man, I am not one, and we talked about this on Monday before Monday Night Football. I'm not one for people getting fired, but what I am one for is knowing that it's not working no more and it's time to just go your own separate ways for the betterment and the healment of yourself. Because the fact is, the Steelers are just not that good. They're not that good. And is it safe to say, we're going to look into year 3 as the Kenny Pickett year where, we're going to look at each other by this time next year and say, hey, it's okay to say that you made a mistake at quarterback. You made a mistake and it happens. It happens. You thought you can just, replace Big Ben with Skinny Pickett. But, it's just different. It's just different, man. You know, like they went from Big Ben to like the Eiffel Tower, like 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 they went from that, bro. Like that's what it is, man. But and the thing is too, the Steelers defense is just, I'm gonna be honest with you, with the name that the Steelers have, that defense should be better than what it is. And it is not. It is not that. So now kudos to TJ Watt, who again is probably gonna lead the league in sacks. I don't know. There's still some time left, but eventually something has to give. So Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the competitive Bengals or the struggling Steelers?
I think Pittsburgh defense is definitely gonna show up in this game, but you gave up on your season when Mike Thomas says, "Yeah, we're gonna start Mason Rudolph."
It's not the fact that he said it. The fact that he said, "Why wouldn't Mason Rudolph give us the best option?" Because we've seen him already play, bro. You want to know how I know the team is lost? You want to know how I know the morale of the team is lost? When George Pickens goes on radio or he gets interviewed and they asked him, why didn't you block on that running play for Jalen Warren? And he said, I didn't want to get injured like Michael Pittman. Now, all fairness, fine. But really? Really? Like the difference was, like he didn't want to get hurt like not Michael Pittman, Tank Dell. No, he didn't want to get hurt like Tank Dell. And I'm like, okay, the difference is you're like way outside of the perimeter. Tank Dell was like in with the offensive lineman. So apples to oranges, my guy. Apples to oranges. And that's not to say that George Pickens is not a talent. I just don't think he's the talent that the Pittsburgh Steelers should bank their future on.
It's crazy how you literally, in that draft, you got Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, and both of them, you might have to be like, we got to cut our ties with them next fucking season. Like, we might literally have to jury George Pickens doing all season. And we might have to.
Look, I can understand the frustration of George Pickens because, yes, when he was in Georgia, why wouldn't he? Listen, the fact that he fell to this, that's the crazy thing. The fact that he fell to the second is amazing. Right? That's the crazy part. But it's just one of those things where I can literally sit up here and say, you know what? Maybe it is time. Because if you're going to put that type of effort, listen, Deontay Johnson's not coming back. You don't even feel secure about George Pickens. Honestly, it makes you want to have Chase Claypool back. And we know how that goes, okay? And that's why I got the Bengals too, because when you lose a franchise quarterback, it's very easy to be like, man, that's it. Our time is over. The Bengals didn't do that. They literally said, we're going to turn this around. I don't know how, but we're going to just keep playing how we usually play our game. And lo and behold, here they are. They're in the playoff hunt. They're right there. And honestly, how the Bengals have looked, how the Steelers have looked, it's pretty bad. I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one. So, next up, we have... I mean, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. Now, next up, we have the Bills versus the Chargers. The Bills coming off a huge win against the Dallas Cowboys, and now everybody's talking about them again. All right, an ass whooping against the Cowboys. You happy? All right, you happy? It was an ass whooping on TV. You happy? All right, fine. All right, the Bills with a huge ass whooping on Sunday when they took on the Cowboys. All right, there you go. And now they're back in the playoff hunt, and everybody's still talking about them being like one of the better elite teams in the NFL. No, they're not, but hey, whatever. Keep your narratives. Like Tua said earlier, keep your fucking narratives, whatever you got to do to make yourselves happy. Whatever you got to do. All right? They're going to take on the Chargers. That's all I fucking got, bro. I got, like, you want to, like, That was like them getting in trouble. Their mom took him to the bag, and they're like, "And wait till your dad gets home in the second half." And that's what it was.
That was a castration on TV. That was bad, man.
So, congratulations, Bills. It looks like you got another bye week. So, we good? We good, right? We both have the Bills on this one, right?
Of course. Oh, God, I got the Bills about 50.
And it's like I said, and I do want to lay this out there because it's serious. Sean Merriman posted a video after the Chargers beat the Raiders, earlier, to give us a hug and everything. So if anybody in the greater area of Los Angeles or wherever he's at, you know, make sure to give him the biggest hug in the world because Brandon Staley wasted the careers of Keenan Allen, the last good years of Keenan Allen, the last good years of Khalil Mack, the last good years of Brandon Lindsay, the center. They drafted Quentin Johnson, who only has like 250 yards receiving throughout the whole year, and that was their first round pick. So if anybody, wasted Derwin James's prime, wasted Sante Samuel's prime. So if anybody knows if anybody, everybody knows where Sean Merriman's at, make sure don't run away from him. He's just a teddy bear in distress. Give him a hug. Give him a huge hug for me.
If you go up to him saying what you just said, he might literally put the lights out dance in full action. He might actually try to hurt you. Don't do what he just said. If you break up, that is a triggering thing. That is PTSD.
Just give him the biggest hug for me in the world. Right. And tell him it's coming from his favorite Raider fan. His favorite Raider fan ever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's lights out, all right. Yeah, it's lights out in Los Angeles. There you go, bro. It's over. You can cut that light off. No, it's closing time, my man. All right, and the shop ended. The store ended like 2 hours ago. But I need you to leave, bro. Yeah, I got the Bills too, and honestly, it's literally because of the fact that I did not know that losing I understand when you lose a franchise quarterback, like how bad can you really be after that, right? I don't want to hear it anymore. Justin Herbert is that fucking okay. If you need any more proof of why Justin Herbert is imperative for this Los Angeles Charger team, there's your example, folks. There you go.
Watching that game Thursday, and we just came up with a team that we just said lost their starting quarterback. Like their franchise quarterback, a person they just paid this year, Joe Burrow, in Cincinnati, is in the playoffs. The Chargers had Justin Herbert in and out of the lineup somewhat of this season, and they looked like this. One game without him physically there, and they literally looked like just one game. They looked like they didn't know how to play offense.
It's okay, Sean. It's okay, Sean.
And I hate to say it, is get to the point where it's kind of like, well, maybe, just maybe, Kellen Moore isn't as great of an offensive mind as everybody paid him as. Because there's no way in hell your offense is supposed to look like that. You were the guy that had Cooper Rush last year with no Dak Prescott. You're supposed to figure it out. They got their ass whooped. It was bad. Really, really. He should have got fired too. That was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But it's okay, Sean. It's okay, Sean. Right here. Come here, buddy. It's gonna be okay, buddy. I promise it's gonna be okay.
He is definitely coming to find you.
He's gonna find me somewhere. Yeah, Sante Samuel, bitch. Sante Samuel, bitch. Wasted Keenan Allen's career, bitch. I tell you, man. I tell you. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The Colts are not out of this yet. Minshew Mania is running wild, brother. And right now, they are rolling high. The Atlanta Falcons are going on vacation too with the Carolina Panthers, apparently, because holy shit, like that was depressing. Only Atlanta can be the only team to score a touchdown in that whole game and still lose. You think 28-3 is bad? Try explaining that you scored the only touchdown that whole game and you still lost.
And it had a chance to end the game. You had a chance to actually end the game in the red zone. And fumbled, threw a pick.
Yeah. Bro. So we're just gonna go through with it. Colts, right? Colts, we good?
Of course.
Cool. Because I got nothing. Listen, I got nothing for Atlanta. Sure. Are they still in it? Sure. Have they shown me anything to why? You want to know how I know the Atlanta Falcons season is over? The fact that he put Bijan Robinson, Arthur Smith called a play to put Bijan Robinson to block for Cordell Patterson. Ladies and gentlemen, your head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. They finally got a pick right, and they still don't know how to use them.
They went from he's the head coach next season, no matter what. It just they got to be really something dramatic to happen, and he's not gonna be the head coach. Now the owner today was like, "Well, we're gonna see what happens."
We're just gonna find out. We're just gonna roll on, folks.
That shit changed in an instant.
Oh man, I tell you. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Atlanta Panthers. The Packers losing in very weird fashion to the opposing quarterback had a perfect quarterback rating in Lambeau. This time of year, that's tough to do. That is tough to do.
Like, what? Yeah.
Taking on a team who probably wish they had the number one pick, but no, that belongs to Chicago now. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Green Bay Packers? Or do you got the Carolina Panthers?
I got Green Bay. I don't really trust this pick. To be honest with you, because I don't trust Green Bay. I don't trust.
Oh, it's hard.
You lost to Tommy DeVito and then turn around and let Baker fucking Mayfield destroy you. I have no words for this defense, but they can at least beat the inept Carolina Panthers. Yes, even though Carolina won that game,
they beat Atlanta.
They didn't even score a touchdown. Like, yeah, I think you can win this game. I'm pretty sure of it. But it is in Carolina. So
the Packers have questions that need to be answered this offseason coming up. They have questions that need to be answered. But the important thing to remember here, folks, is what I've been trying to tell you guys for about 2.5 years now. See what the kid's got. And guess what? The kid can actually play.
It is not Jordan Love. That defense literally
you gave Jordan Love a banged up Aaron Jones and a backup running back, A.J. Dillon, and expected to make some magic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, Jordan Love is not the problem. I don't know if he's still the answer, but I'll tell you what, from what I've seen in his first full year, you got to feel pretty good if you're a Packer fan. You have to feel good. I know the records indicate, how can I feel good about this? Listen, is there some games that Jordan Love just totally wet the bed? Yes, there was. What defenses were they playing at that time? Knowing what you know now. People look at it and they're like, oh, well, what about the game against the Raiders where he totally shit the bed? You look at that Raiders defense now and it's like, was it really that he shit the bed? Or was the fact that the Raiders defense was just, I don't know, actually really freaking good this year?
The fact that he came back against the Saints down 18-0 and still won that game.
Take it what you will, guys. You got to take the good with the bad. And I will say this. The Packers have a lot of questions that need to be answered this offseason. The one they don't have to worry about is Jordan freaking Love, which is good for him. Good for him. So, but I got the Packers too. It's not so much I think the Packers are just going to turn around and be like this great football team because they have issues, but it's the Panthers. So there it is. It's the Panthers. So
not because of the Packers.
it's the fucking Panthers, bro. Like, what are you going to do? Now, I would be excited for this game if CJ Stroud was playing. But unfortunately, we're going to see Case Keenum take the helm going up against the Cleveland Browns. Look, CJ Stroud is the answer for Houston. He just took a shitty hit against the Jets. Yeah, he took a hit, all right. That's why, we always said, listen, play the Jets, but be careful how you play them because they could hit you, and they hit them.
And by the time that he give you the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a room. Shit, got my fucking game. They're making me say game.
You know, so yes, the Browns. You mentioned trading 3 first-round picks, paying Deshaun Watson all that quarterback money, and all you had to do was just get Joe Flacco off the couch to make your offense click.
All you had to do is get Joe Flacco to look like 2012 Joe Flacco. He's back in all high this big man. Just fucking him up.
Less coordinated than a freaking windmill. But anyway, I mean, so Brandon, in this game, who do you got? Do you got the Browns or do you got the Texans?
I got the Browns. Case Keenum played the Tennessee Titans last week, and yeah, Browns are not the Tennessee Titans last time I checked. I'm pretty sure that's the Tennessee Titans. I don't think Joe Flacco's gonna have a great fucking game either, but I just feel like
what I expect the Houston Texans defense to be is what the Browns look like right now.
Did you watch like Myles Garrett at the end of that Chicago game? This man literally tossed an offensive lineman the fuck out the way. Like he literally just tossed him out the way to get to Justin Fields. Justin Fields like, let me get this ball the fuck out my hands.
Do you understand how scared you have to be of Myles Garrett that even though he's like 5-7 yards that way, you still have to look before you do a Hail Mary throw? Like, oh! Like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Myles Garrett threw an offensive lineman completely the fuck out the way. I was like, yup, they ain't winning this game.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got the Browns, too. I think I probably still would have picked the Browns even with C.J. Stroud, but it would have given the Texans just a little bit of a better chance. Just a little bit of a better. Nah, this time of year, I love defenses, man. I love what Houston is building, but they're not in Cleveland's level yet. Defensively, they're not in their field yet. What I see the Browns is what I could see the Texans becoming if they play it right. So, we'll see. That takes time. But I got the Browns in this one. Next up, you got the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions, they're right there. They're right there for their first division title in a very, very long time. We can actually text. If this happens, we can actually finally say in a text message, the Detroit Lions have won their division. We could actually put that in a text message. We can actually make a video on it. We can actually do this now. Because the last time the Lions won a division title, the camcorder was the greatest technology in America. That fat bazooka camcorder for home videos was the greatest technology spreading across the nation.
America Home Videos. That's what America Home Videos.
Woo! Woo! They're going to take on the Vikings, who are going to start with Nick Mullins again. And let me just start by saying this. Is C.J. Stroud probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Probably. Do I think there's a guy in this game that could challenge him for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Yes, I do. And his name is Sam Laporta, the tight end from Iowa. Nah, Sam Laporta, man. That dude, man. I had him early. I was like, listen, if you need a tight end, this is the draft class to get one. I was like Michael Mayer, Sam Laporta. There's tight ends galore, and yeah. And guess what? All of them have been increasingly better every single week. So yeah. There's a reason Sam Laporta was very favorable in our draft class last year because, well, damn. He's really good at football. So, and he comes from Iowa, so of course he's a good tight end. Of course. But is Jahmyr Gibbs a good option? Yeah, but Sam Laporta to me right now, I think the dude's just on a different level right now. I think that dude has figured out the NFL game, and the thing is, If he keeps going the way he's going, that's a scary thought. The fact that he's almost, I think is he at double digit touchdowns or is he, I think he's at what, 9, 10? No, he's at 9, I think.
He passed. Did he pass?
If he did pass it, I'm telling you right now. If he, I'm telling you right now, if he's got double digit touchdowns by the end of this year, I'm telling you right now, for a rookie, you're off to a good start. That's a really good start.
I would say, depending on when CJ Stroud comes back and where Houston is at that time, because they still have a chance to win the division, it's not over. I think CJ Stroud still gets it. But depending on the next 2 weeks, if CJ Stroud's not there, Sam Laporta has a game like it is Saturday against Minnesota, who's a pretty decent defense. Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson has to be looking at that like, that could have been me. That could have been me. No. It was supposed to be me. It was me. It was me. Oh, nothing. All right, good luck to you guys. Take me with you. Take me back. Baby, come back. Like, ooh, ooh. Yeah, but I got the lines on this one. What we saw on Saturday is exactly what the Lions are supposed to look. That on a consistent basis. Like that was what great defense, just a high-powered offense. That's what it's supposed to look.
That looked like Detroit earlier in the year. I got Detroit because they got to win this game because they go to Dallas the week after this, and I'm not taking no chances with us going to Dallas with the division still on the line like that. No.
If they take this one, I think it's pretty safe to say that Detroit is going to win the division. Like it's pretty safe.
They're in Minnesota because Minnesota would be what 7-8.
Yeah.
Would be 11-4.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
Like so. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Next up, we got this game. Washington and the Jets. Two teams that are officially mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. And now, after the Jets have been eliminated, all I hear now from Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'm still not medically cleared to come back. Oh, really? I wonder why. The Commanders officially eliminated as well, which means we're getting closer to the end of the Ron Rivera tenure more than anything. They still got to play this game, and there's the only reason I'm going to be interested in this game at all is because of draft implications. You know how I feel about this time of year. I look at the draft boards very, very closely around this time of year. So, Brandon, who do you got? Because potentially this could end up, teams moving a lot. So, Brandon, do you have the Commanders or do you have the Jets?
This is the game where I want to see who's going to give up first. Which team is going to give up on their head coach first? Is it going to be the Jets or is it going to be Washington? With that being said, I got Washington. I think they have somewhat of a better offense than the Jets. They got at least a competent fucking quarterback. I mean, at least that. I mean, the Jets defense-wise is way better, but I just feel like the Jets against Miami last week, like, they gave up. They did not want to play in that game. They were like, there's better shit to do.
I'm in Miami. There's a whole lot of better shit to do.
We don't want to be in this stadium all goddamn day.
You want to know when it's bad? When your offensive lineman is coming back to the locker room laughing after getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
Tells you everything you need to know.
It was bad. I feel like, but yeah, Washington at least played in the second half. They took Sam Howell out the game, which 100%. They at least played. They at least tried to come back, and that's what I feel. I think the Jets. It sucks that Robert Saleh is going to be the downfall of this shit because this is not his fault. They should have never traded for Aaron Rodgers. They literally screwed themselves the moment they said they were going to keep their hopes up to get Aaron Rodgers. And then he baited you and made you sign every person he likes. Who the fuck does that as a franchise? I'm gonna sign your friends so you can come to this team. Oh, fuck you. Either you're coming or you're not. That is the dumbest shit ever. You held the team hostage for a guy that got injured 4 plays in. And what the fuck makes you think he's gonna be healthy next goddamn season? Going into his 40s. Like, what the fuck? I got Washington. Like, this is ridiculous. Trade Sauce Garner. I'm about to start this campaign. Trade Sauce Garner, trade Brees Hall. This is ridiculous. Trade these men, get them the fuck out that situation because they do not. In Quentin Williams, get them the fuck out that situation because they're about to go through the worst slump in Jets football history.
And you think this Jets season's bad? I mean, oh boy. So really what I think what a lot of people are missing about this game, and nobody really wants to talk about this game because who cares, right? 2 teams are eliminated. Who cares, right? When I think about this game, and I mentioned earlier, 1, draft implications. For me, 2, it's not only an opportunity for players to showcase what they have for the next team, it's also an opportunity for coaches on the staff to show what they can do. What do I mean by that? Robert Sala's defense going up against Eric Bieniemy's offense this week. That's what I'm most excited about this game. What we're going to see is 2 great minds in today's modern NFL go head to head, their offense against his defense, and we're going to see because if Eric Bieniemy can outcoach Robert Saleh in this type of matchup, in this environment, and win and score on that defense, I don't know why there's no way Eric Bieniemy cannot be a head coach for any franchise next go around here in in a couple months. So, but that being said, I'm actually gonna go with the Jets here because they're at home, and the thing is, yes, Washington's offense came alive in the second half, but do we remember what happened in the first? Like, and that's been the story, right? That's been the story, and I don't think it's because the players aren't buying into it. It's just, man, that offensive line is garbage, bro. It is garbage. That offensive line is terrible. And last I checked, the Jets front 4 is still one of the very best in the NFL. Give me the Jets over the Commanders this weekend. In a, I don't know, 11-9 game. All right, let's just call it what it is. 11-9. Whatever.
This is gonna be punt central. If you love punts, this is gonna be such the game for you.
So here we go. Oh, God. Next up, we got the Seahawks taking on the Titans. The Seahawks with an incredible win on Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles. Their playoff hopes are not dead yet. They're not dead yet. Taking on the Tennessee Titans, whose playoff hopes are dead, and now everybody's wondering what the future of Mike Vrabel is going to be. Is he going to come back? Is Derrick Henry going to come back? Because he's pending to be a free agent. Is he coming back to Tennessee next year? Is Will Levis going to be okay? Probably not. Next up, so Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the Seahawks or do you got the Titans?
Will Levis is calling straight. He was at his house minding his business. he did nothing wrong. He's like, is he gonna be okay? Probably not, but still.
Like, he got hurt, and it's like, oh, like, man, recovery. What happened? I don't know. My chest. Ah.
I got Seattle. Speaking of a team that also just quit at 1 second is the Tennessee Titans. They got nothing to play for. You're not in the division race, not even in the playoffs. It's nothing to play for. Seattle at least still has a chance. The problem with Seattle is you kind of now starting to ask yourself, we didn't put Geno Smith back in the fucking game. Like, Drew Lock for 2 games has kind of played better than Geno Smith.
So, and that's the crazy thing, right? Like, you put your marbles for Geno Smith, but Drew Lock is your answer this year. Like, so it's just weird. I think Seattle has to come to the terms of this. You have a great team, and this is my biggest fear when we were doing our prediction show this year. And I said Seattle's going to finish in second, possibly third, and miss the playoffs. Why? Because quarterback play is going to be the downfall to this team. I look at the defense. Their defense is great. I look at their offensive key position players. Man, they're ready to go. There's just one issue. They got no quarterback. And I tried my best for not to embarrass fans out there. Geno Smith is the answer. He'll figure it out. Again, I said it once and I'm going to say it again. 9 terrible years is not going to eliminate one good year. And 9 great years is not going to eliminate one bad year for Russell Wilson. Okay?
This season is not a good year. Bring up that debate. Because Russell Wilson.
I'm willing to debate that the Denver Broncos made the better trade. All right, they made the better trade. So it's just what it is with the Seahawks. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too, but listen, Seattle, you got an offensive line that can actually protect. Have you seen Kirk Cousins throw when he doesn't have protection? Do you see him throw when he has time? I'm just saying, if you want to win the division next year, just saying. So, whatever. Next up, we got the Jaguars taking on the Buccaneers. And I know I didn't talk about the Titans because what's there to talk about, man? It's over. It's over. This is going to be the stupidest part. This is going to be the stupidest part when I wake up Monday morning after the last Sunday game. I'm going to wake up Monday morning. Mike Vrabel is fired from Tennessee. And you know what? Good. Because Tennessee doesn't deserve Mike Vrabel. That's right. I said it. Tennessee does not deserve Mike Vrabel. All right? If you're really going to fire him, I hope your franchise sucks for the next 20 years because you do not deserve Mike Vrabel, damn it. You better bring somebody in with a big fucking pedigree to fix that team. That's all. That's how I'm leaving it at. And your season's already over, my friend. Your season's already over. Next up, we got the Jaguars taking on the Bucks. The Jaguars. So we cool now? Everybody cool? Everybody understand they're not an elite team? We all cool now? We all understand?
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't do it. You know those Trevor Lawrence lovers, they're going to come out to woodwork and say, he is a franchise quarterback who's just having a bad year. Really?
Cool. So we're all good now, though, right? We all good now, right? That the Jaguars are not an elite NFL team? We good now? Okay, cool. I can't wait till the Browns kick their ass. I can't wait till the Browns kick their... That day, I will be all for the dog pound at that point. I say, man, kick their ass, bro. Kick their ass, dude. The Browns were in the same situation when they turned the ball over a little too much, and the Steelers were the team with the most takeaways that year, and they embarrassed them in Pittsburgh. So apparently some people forget. Some people forget. But we all cool, right? Like, we understand that the Jaguars are not an elite team in the NFL, right? Okay, as long as we're cool.
See, Trevor Lawrence is not that dude. The Jags are not that fucking team. This is the craziest shit. They were supposed to win this division easily. You had 2 rookie quarterbacks and a guy in Ryan Tannehill we knew was going to lose his job to another rookie quarterback. How the fuck are you in a 3-way tie right now for the division? When CJ Stroud is out right now, and the Colts haven't had that starting quarterback for 12 weeks? 13, 14 weeks? How the fuck are you in a tie? How? How the fuck is that possible? Doug Peterson. What's going on?
Oh, no, I believe in Doug Peterson's coaching ability. It's another ability that I don't believe in. So, and then we got the Buccaneers who are who are leading the division right now. But that can change in like 30 minutes, The NFC, that division lead in the NFC South changes every 30 minutes or some shit. So it could change again. Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Jaguars or do you have the Buccaneers?
I got Tampa.
Oh my lord, man! Please, please let them lose to Tampa this week. Oh, please let them lose.
I got Tampa. I got Tampa because I don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is playing. And if he's not playing, that means CJ Beathard is playing. Tampa Bay's defense sucks. They don't suck that fucking bad. The defense sucks. But they ain't that fucking bad. They at least put some points up. This is ridiculous. Trevor Lawrence need to go sit his ass down for at least a game or two and try to heal. He got a bum ankle, a fucking concussion. He got every damn problem. Like, why are you trying to play just so you can lose the division anyway? Like you're going to lose the division regardless. I don't know why you're trying to come back. There's no use. You're not helping the fucking team. You're losing these games. You lost to Jake Browning, who outplayed you at Monday Night Game, just completely outplayed you at home, which people would never want to admit, but, you could just look at the fucking stats and just see that's the truth. But at the end of the day, you're not helping anything. You're not doing anything. You're not. And then on top of that, you throw the ball to the wrong team every fucking game.
Yeah.
This man clearly was running down the field and just lost the ball to the Baltimore Ravens. Nobody behind him. Not really anybody in front of him. He just fumbled the ball. That's what he does. That's what he does.
But people don't want to admit that he has a turnover problem. Fine. This was actually a tough game to pick. Like, for me, I'm like, man, Tampa ain't that bad, but they ain't that good either. And Jacksonville's not that bad, but they're not fucking what ESPN and FS1 makes them out to be. Like, they're the third best team in the AFC. Did fucking Miami die? Did Baltimore get blown up or something?
Shit, Kansas City sucks, and I still would take Kansas City.
Shit, Kansas City might have some offensive issues, but damn, I'll still take Kansas City over fucking Jacksonville. Hell, I'm looking at some of these wild card teams. I'll take Cincinnati. I'll take Buffalo. But the Jaguars are the third best team in the AFC. Did Cleveland die?
Yeah, people saw them win 6 games and immediately was like, they're the best team in the football league. Look at who the fuck they played that 6-game stretch. Okay. We can kill this stuff. Jacksonville was never that fucking good.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars on this one because I just think the problem is with Tampa Bay, and this has been the problem all year. They'll beat the teams they have to beat. But then when it comes to them meeting a team that is slightly the same level of competition or just above, they lose. And I think that's the thing with Jacksonville. I still think that their defense is okay. It's not like you said about Tampa Bay. It's not great. It's not bad. And I think that's going to be the difference maker. I'm going to go Jacksonville. And should Tampa Bay win this, well, then may God have mercy on Jacksonville's soul. That's all I can say. May God have mercy on their soul. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Chicago Bears. So, the Cardinals have to make the biggest decision of their life. Do they like Kyler Murray? Like as a
player or as a person?
Both. Do they believe in Kyler Murray being the franchise quarterback? And the Chicago Bears, they're asking the same questions. Do you believe in Justin Fields to be your franchise quarterback? Because right now, where both teams are sitting, hey, there's a chance. And on top of that, Here's the problem that I have with this game. With Arizona, it's one thing. They play hard. They just don't know how to win. They don't. They don't have the depth. They don't have the talent to win. But they play hard. The Bears have a lot of issues, but they're going to make it seem that the biggest issue is not the issue. So, Brandon, who do you have? Do you have the Arizona Cardinals or the Chicago Bears?
I got the goddamn Bears. What we just said about Trevor Lawrence is exactly what everybody thinks Trevor Lawrence is, but what Justin Fields actually fucking is.
Yeah.
He actually is a franchise caliber quarterback. He actually can be that guy. The fucking problem is you have this broken idea that Trevor Lawrence beat Alabama when he was a freshman in college. And the fuck? Who cares? He's been in that there. He's been in the league like 3 fucking years. That game has been like, what, 5, 6 years ago? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? And it just feels like Justin Fields gets it's not because Justin Fields isn't good. It's you want to reset the cap. You gotta reset the cap for Chicago. You're gonna really play Justin Fields when you've already seen him? Yes. You really think Caleb Williams or Drake May or Jaden Daniels or any quarterback that I'm about to name rookie-wise is going to come into Chicago and turn them into a franchise that's going to win the next 3 fucking years? Which, by the way, you're going to be back in the same position in 3 fucking years saying this exact same thing? Maybe you just need to draft a rookie quarterback. For what reason? What reason? You have your franchise guy. This makes no damn sense. I literally saw people try to dismiss the game Justin Fields actually had against the Browns, who, by the way, is the #1 defense.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He had me for a minute. I was like, "Oh my god!" If Robert Tonyan would have held on to that ball, I'm just saying right now, that was probably game.
This man is wide open, and I saw people say, "But Justin Fields needs to hit that throw." The fucking ball hit him in the hands.
What would you want Justin Fields to do? To run to him? To actually put an extra?
I've seen y'all make more excuses for Patrick Mahomes and these fucking receivers in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is throwing the ball exactly where the receiver and the defender can get it. Because it's Patrick Mahomes and he makes throws like that, he somehow is justified. The fuck? No. The same shit. If this was Patrick Mahomes and Robert Tonyan running downfield, and I know this has happened because we still talk about Marquez Valdez-Scantling catch against Philly. Oh, he should have caught that ball. Oh my god, how he dropped that ball? It was the same shit. It's the same shit. I don't get it. I don't get the narrative that people want to continue to drive that Justin Fields is.
No, fuck that, Brandon. Let the narrative happen. I need a quarterback in Vegas, baby. Let that fucking narrative happen, bro. Keep it going, bro. Keep it fucking going, man. I need all the narratives, my guy. I need all the narratives. All of it. All of it, bro. All of it. All of it. I need. And you know what's fun? There's actually some Raider players that came on radio shows this week in Vegas, and they asked them, like, hey, what do you think about the whole Justin Fields thing? And you're like, we like him, and I'm like, if this ain't tampering like a motherfucker, I'll tell you what right now. And then, you see some players in Chicago get on the radio the very next day. Nah, we fucking love Justin Fields here, man. Don't you fucking. Like, understand, like, we have players on our team right now going, like, listen, we love Aiden O'Connell. But if Justin Fields were to pop in and say what's up, hey. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there, guys. Just throwing it out there. That's all I'm saying. I got the Bears too. Because exactly like I said, the Cardinals play tough and they play hard. They play with a lot of heart. It's just that's good in high school That may be passing college, but this is the NFL. Yes, you need heart and you need grit, but also what you need is talent. They don't have it. It's like the Angels in the outfield. There's a thing called talent, and the Arizona Cardinals do not have that. But that could change.
I don't think people are ready to have this conversation, but I think it's going to hit them a little sooner than they want. I don't think Justin Fields or Kyler Murray are getting traded.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I was very animate early on, where I was like, man, I think the Cardinals need to get rid of Kyler Murray. Like, I was very early on, I can admit my faults, because that's the type of man I am. I was saying, listen, man, if there's any way you can get out of that contract with Kyler Murray, you got to move on. You got to move on. But then I'm thinking to myself, there's a once in a lifetime generational wide receiver that's coming out of this, draft. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that,
You got like two. The Cardinals and the Bears can fix their situation with one player.
I'm not saying that you got to take them. However, you got to at least look at them.
And this is, I keep getting, I wake up and I hear Get Up on ESPN and they're like, right now, if I was the Bears, I'd trade Justin Fields just to reset the cap. For fucking what reason? You're not getting anybody to come to Chicago outside of trading for them. And they still probably not going to want to re-sign with you. It don't make no sense. Just keep Justin Fields. Same thing with Arizona. Who the fuck come in Arizona?
You want to know how I know that's ridiculous? Because it's like, I would be very cautious if I'm Chicago. Because the last time you traded a player away, he's about to get the number 1 seed, and you're looking about to get the number 1 pick. So be careful when you're talking about players that actually have talent on that team. Just saying. If I'm Chicago, I'm just saying. Next up, we got what could be a potential, you know where I'm going with this, Super Bowl matchup. You know where I'm going with this. You know exactly where I'm going with this.
They're going to be the first team to sit their ass on the couch after the wild card. You know it and I know it. They're going straight wild.
Well, Brandon doesn't have the same type of enthusiasm as I do, so I'll bring it out. It is 2 teams that are both 10 and 4. Like, oh man, tough. But what I'm talking about is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Cowboys, again, got their asses handed to against Buffalo. The Dolphins, they delivered an ass whooping to the Jets. But that was against the Jets. All right, that was against the Jets. Now, here comes the kicker. Can the Miami Dolphins beat a team that is over 500? And can Dallas get back on track now knowing that the Philadelphia Eagles lost on Monday? Brandon, who do you got? The Dallas Cowboys or the Miami Dolphins?
That's like saying, who do you trust more? The team that likes to throw the ball or the team that likes to throw the ball?
Your choices are there.
If this was in Dallas, I would have Dallas. Since it's in Miami, I got Miami. Dallas can't run the ball. Holy shit.
And that is a huge problem heading into the playoffs. That is a huge problem.
Breaking fucking news. They can't run the ball, and then they have no real offensive line. So if you actually pressure Dak Prescott and take CeeDee Lamb away, like I said last week, it literally looks like Dallas has no offense. Wow, that's shocking. And I trust Vic Fangio's defense way more than I trust Mike McCarthy. I'm sorry. Are we just act like that's not the matchup this fucking week? Like that, we're just about act like that's not the coordinator matchup? Like, come on, man. If Tariq Hill also plays, DeRon Bland has 1 speed. Intercept the ball. Yeah, good luck with that. Because I don't think you'll get the fucking ball. Tariq Hill is going to burn you. he's going to leave you in a cloud of dust for like 200 yards. I do not think Dallas has enough defensive support to stop this. And if Miami can actually run the ball, which, by the way, both of these teams suck at running the ball. I've never seen two teams that are so goddamn pass dependent. Like, they are the pass dependent. I don't know who wins, but since they're at home, we're going Miami.
My dream is still alive.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
My dream is still alive, Brandon.
Don't you?
For that NFC East prediction, it is still alive because for right now, you know, it would be shameful of me to go back on my word. So, Brandon, how about those Cowboys? How about those Cowboys? You know, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Dallas this week. Listen, here's the issue that I still have. You're talking about the offensive deficiencies of the Dallas Cowboys. May I remind you that the Miami Dolphins are down some pretty important offensive linemen. And Dallas can actually get to the quarterback. They have proven they can get to the quarterback way better than the Miami Dolphins can all fucking year. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys on this one. It's probably going to be an ugly game for two teams that are double digits. It's probably going to be an ugly game. And I want people to understand, like, yes, they are both pass dependent. But, man, I just think the Cowboys defense is just a little bit better than Miami's right now. And that's why I'm going to go with Dallas here.
This could either be the sloppiest football game that's ever been played this whole entire season.
Or this could be game of the year.
This could literally be 100 points combined. It just depends on the fucking game.
Like that's the game. That's where we are. That's where we are. And lastly, on Christmas Eve, on the NFL Network, not the Sunday Night Football, not NBC, not Sunday Night Football, but it's the NFL Network.
They want this shit. I wouldn't want them either.
I don't want this shit. Hell no. Let the NFL Network have it. Like, goddamn. Hey, does Amazon Prime want a Christmas Eve game? Hey, Amazon Prime, what's better than one game? How would you like two games? The Sunday night matchup. Who's it? Broncos and Patriots. Oh, man.
They just eased into this goddamn relationship. We can tell you not to add that shit on our TV.
They were like, NBC was like the big show when the tough enough rookies walked into the locker room. Get out of my locker room. Get out of here. And they just gave it to the NFL Network. Like, goddamn. Goddamn. So it is the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. The Patriots. Yeah. The Broncos. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is, folks. That's what it is. The Patriots are officially eliminated. The Broncos are still trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Brandon, please tell me you got the Broncos.
They're at home, and I don't know what that means. They're at home, so congratulations, I guess.
You know, if the Patriots would have just put up a little bit more effort offensively, you know, just a little bit of effort, just a little effort, guys. Give me the Broncos. Just, you know, it's a shame because it's like, you know, people thought that, oh man, look how they dominated Pittsburgh. They should keep it close with No, that was more Pittsburgh than it was New England. Okay, like let's get this straight. Okay, let's get this straight.
And that's saying a lot.
Like,
That's saying a fucking lot.
yeah. So, give me the Broncos too. The next two games, Raiders, Chiefs. The Raiders coming off a game where they put up 63 points. Can't say that enough against the Los Angeles Chargers. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. I cannot believe I saw that. Like, I saw that live. We're going to take on the Chiefs, who have wide receiver issues, obviously. Listen, I said it once. If I said it once, I probably said it like 100 times, you know. I don't know where the Chiefs are going to land in this draft. You know, when you're other teams, you can have discussions of what you think you would want. There's only one goddamn discussion. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to do this fucking year. One. Just one discussion, Kansas City. You only need one thing. One. Maybe a couple offensive linemen, but just one important factor in this whole thing if you're Kansas City. Brandon, you got the Chiefs in this one, right? You're kidding. Oh my God. Tell me, Brandon. Tell me, why do you think the Raiders are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas Day?
Like I said, the Raiders defense is actually fucking good.
Yes, I have seen them play all year. Yes, they are a really good football team.
Actually good. Like you just said, like you've been saying, the rookie is officially coming around. I don't trust that offensive line in Kansas City. I don't even know if Isaiah Pacheco is even playing. And if he's not playing, they really don't have no fucking running game. Which means you're going to have to put the ball in the hands of these receivers who have shown you they can't fucking catch. Like, this is... I don't understand this. Travis Kelce is going to be so fucking preoccupied with his after-game activities that he's not even going to fucking pay attention to this game. As bad as the Raiders' offense can be sometimes, they found something Thursday. They found something. Yes, I know it was the Chargers. Brandon Staley can literally coach. He can't even coach a JV team right now in middle school. Like, he can't coach a JV team in middle school. I don't even know if he can coach PE. That shit was bad. Like,
That shit was bad, bro. That was man.
I don't even know if he can even coach a PE lesson right now. Like, that shit was bad. But I still believe that the Raiders could at least figure something out. And Kansas City has not been beating the divisional teams like they usually beat divisional teams.
Well, they beat the shit out of the Raiders in Vegas. I'll tell you that.
But I just feel like with Kansas City, it's just too many flaws. Nothing has been fixed. At least with the Raiders, you know what you get. I don't trust Kansas City. And Kansas City needs this game more than everybody wants to admit. I don't know if Kansas City can make it in a playoff game, despite who the fuck they play. I don't know if Kansas City makes it in that playoff game. So I got the Raiders because of that reasoning. I just don't trust Patrick Mahomes in this situation with trusting his receivers, because clearly that shit's gone. You don't trust them dudes at all.
Did you see what he said to Kadarius Toney? I can't fucking trust this guy. He said that on the bench. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
You make it seem like it's just people make it seem like it's just Kadarius Toney and they highlight his shit the most. Travis Kelce's dropped a bunch of fucking passes this year. Like, Patrick Mahomes is throwing, like I said, those Patrick Mahomes, it's like Steph Curry. When Steph Curry makes those crazy shots, you're like, but that's Steph Curry. Like, that's what he's supposed to do. Patrick Mahomes is the same fucking way. When he throws them crazy ass passes, you're like, that's Patrick Mahomes. That's what he's supposed to do. The moment he starts throwing it and now it's not connected, you don't know to blame. You just blame the receivers. No, he's putting his shit also in really bad positions.
Yes, I will say that. Like, he's been putting in bad shit. Like, it's been bad shit. I will admit that. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here. One reason and one reason only. The last time the Raiders actually beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, there was no fans in the stands, and it's not because the fans forgot that there was a football game. It's just we couldn't go to a football game. Yeah, give me the Chiefs. It's okay. It's nice. She put up 63. That's great. Okay, now do it against an actual competitive team.
I wanna point out the fact that last year on Monday Night Football, the Raiders got cheated out of that game against Kansas City. In Kansas City.
There was a couple things. Yes, there was a couple things. Yes.
I'm just saying. It's getting late in the season in Kansas City. Literally looks like the receivers Like you said, Patrick Mahomes is literally like.
Do you understand how bad you got to be that you played, you didn't do enough catches, and they put your ass in IR? Sky Moore, like, do you understand? It's like, why the fuck am I going into IR? You got a broken knee. No, I don't. Whack. Now you do. You want one? Like, you want one, motherfucker? Like, damn.
We got Tommy DeVito's manager on the fucking phone. He can get you. We put the call. Let's go on the business.
I'll put in the call right now, Sky.
I'll put in the call right now.
You want one? I'll put it in right now. Yeah, give me the Chiefs or the Raiders. Next up, oh God, Giants, Eagles. Yeah, two teams that are struggling. They don't know. They don't know what to do. At least the Eagles win. You know, they've won. The Giants are just here for benefit of being in the NFL. So good for them.
They're just there, so they won't get fined.
Exactly. Brandon, we both have the Eagles in this one, though, right?
Yeah, I need the Eagles to understand something. As great as Jalen Hurts is, as great as AJ Brown is, as great as Devontae Smith is, your calling card is running the fucking ball. That's it. Stop trying to make you guys fucking aerodynamic. No. It's great when you can do it, but your call is to run the ball. That's what keeps defenses so goddamn high. But they make you come in. But the fact of the matter is, I get it. AJ Brown, you feel like you gotta throw him the ball because he's gonna bitch on it if you don't. I get it. But at the same time, man, DeAndre Swift hit the game well. That first drive that they did against Seattle, that's the Eagles. That was the fucking Eagles. Why you can't continue that shit, I don't know. But you need to get back to it because right now, you are struggling. That's not good. The actual reason why you're losing these games is because Jalen Hurts he's turning over the ball too much. Why is that? Because you keep throwing the fucking ball. Why? Why?
The calling card for the Eagles should be the run game. And I think that's what we're going to see this Sunday. I think this is what we're going to see on Sunday. We're going to see an Eagles team that goes back to its roots, run the football. And, you know, I don't know what you want the Giants to do, but they're going to be there.
You know what I said about when we were talking about Justin Fields? We was like, Justin Fields and Kyler Murray should still be the starting quarterbacks of these teams. Yeah, Daniel Jones has completely lost his fucking job. I don't think anybody can ever sit up here and tell me the Giants should keep him. Why? Team's not getting better when he's on the field. The team looks actually better with him off the field. They actually look like they can actually, I don't know, move the football. I don't know why anybody would sit up here and say keep Daniel Jones. For what fucking reason? Why? What's the point?
That's my answer to that. It's just, and he's living out his dream. You know, he's a Jersey kid. He was a Giants fan, living out his dream, playing for the Giants. Now look at him. This right here is 2023 right here.
I love the fact when we sacked him, we got to the point where we were so confident we started doing this shit to him. Get up, be like,
Yo, that dude, ruthless, had no care in the world. No care. And then he goes to the parking lot and he sees his tires are slashed and he goes, yeah, and that's just a warning. Like, he's probably like,
you don't play with the family. You don't play with the family.
no, you don't play with family, bro. Especially when his agent looks like something that just came out of his ex-agent, looking like a character from like the Sopranos and shit. You don't play with that. Don't play with that, bro. Don't play with that. And lastly, we have this is a potential Super Bowl matchup. This is a potential Super Bowl matchup right here. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the 49ers. We're going to see a game where all faces are complete on both sides of the team. Offense, defense, special teams. This game is going to be freaking amazing. All right. You get the Baltimore Ravens, who right now are the number one seed. Both teams are the number one seed. Both teams are trying to clinch the number one seed. The 49ers have already, if you look at the rest of the NFC West, you'll see why the 49ers have already clinched the NFC West. The Baltimore Ravens are a little bit in a tougher predicament with the with the AFC North and the actual AFC. So, Brandon, who do you got? The Baltimore Ravens or the San Francisco 49ers?
I know it's bleeding out of blasphemy to go against the MVP of the NFL in any game, in any capacity. Last time I checked, Lamar Jackson was like 20-1 against the NFC. Yeah, I'm going Lamar Jackson. What the fuck? I don't care if it's Christmas Day, Christmas night, or fucking New Year's. I don't care. I'm going Baltimore. I don't do shit. Brock Purdy is still Brock fucking Purdy. He's doing this shit against teams that have no defense. Me, the defense. Like, nah, that's a defense over there that you're about to go up against. Yeah, they're about to fuck you up. I don't think this is going to be a good idea, folks. This is going to be a really bad game.
I couldn't believe that stat when I heard. What is he, 20 and what?
Lamar?
Yeah.
Like 20 and 1? Against NFC, 21 and 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That's a crazy.
I'm about to get into one of my favorite characters of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Juan Rodriguez. I am an advocate for this year's NFL MVP. Lamar Jackson is the phenom that we've all been waiting for in today's NFL. He is, without a doubt, already on a path to legendary status. But I am here to advocate for my client, Brock Purdy, is the future of the San Francisco 49ers, as long as they're healthy. And that's the first thing, as long as they're healthy. The only reason I'm going 49ers here is because they are at home. They are at home. And it is scary to think that this could determine the outlook of how we look at the NFL. This right here is, we're going to look at this game. This is going to determine the outlook of the NFL. Because if the 49ers win, fans are going to get on Monday morning or Tuesday morning and say, see, you could still win the old-fashioned way with being a pocket quarterback that throws the ball with accuracy, doesn't need the arm strength, and this and that. And then you're going to get some fans that on Tuesday morning, let's say Baltimore wins, it's like there are going to be some fans out there like, great, the Ravens won, but this is still not the way how you win in the NFL. Either way, we're going to look at this game and we're going to see what is true now. This is the matchup I think we've all been waiting for. So this is a game that we finally look at it and say, okay, and here's the crazy thing. The Baltimore Ravens right now are underdogs. And right now, the underdogs have won 7 in a row on Monday Night Football. The Baltimore Ravens are going to try to make it 8, but I do not think that's going to happen. I think the 49ers, because they're at home, it'll be closer than what people like to think. I got the 49ers, though, because of one reason only. Their wide receiver core is well advanced than the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver room. I think Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk can take care of business this Sunday.
I see this stat every damn time I look at Instagram page, whatever. And it's like Brock Purdy leads the league. He's second in passing yards, but he's 32nd in passing attempts. So technically, what you're saying is he throws the ball 60 yards, pretty much. Every throw he pretty much makes, it's like a 60-yarder. I wonder why. Maybe because you have Deebo. Maybe because you have Brandon Ayuk. Maybe it's just because you have Christian fucking McCaffrey. Is that an MVP? Because to me, what Lamar Jackson actually fucking does more MVP-like than fucking Brock Purdy. I mean, let's be real. Like, you put Lamar Jackson with San Francisco. We said this shit during the offseason. Said, what if Lamar Jackson...
If Lamar Jackson was in the San Francisco 49ers right now, the San Francisco 49ers would be 14-0, locking up the number 1 seed, pretty much walking to 17-0, What are we doing here?
Like, what are we doing here? Why are we even playing football? We would be like, yo, why are we even playing this season? It's clearly San Francisco.
Is there like a way you can like simulate the year, like in Madden? You know, you just hit that X button or that Y button and just be like, all right, where's it's gonna go? It's gonna move forward.
Oh, good God. Like, if San Francisco had Lamar Jackson, this shit wouldn't even be a conversation. It'd be done, dead, over with. Like, it's, yeah,
Yeah, okay, you stop that. Yeah, go ahead. Stop that offense. Go ahead. Stop that offense.
yeah. Stop Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Lamar Jackson. That is literally like playing fucking multiple jumps. Like, you don't know who's getting the ball. He can literally have Debo and Christian McCaffrey in the goddamn backfield with him. And you're literally like, I don't know. You want to see a defense literally look at each other like, I don't know.
That would be the first time where there would be a defense with one defensive lineman playing spy and like 10 defensive backs.
You just be sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is abusive. I don't appreciate this.
This sucks. This sucks. I get it though. I get it.
Listen, I just feel like this game is it a Super Bowl preview? Possibly. I don't know. I don't think one of these teams is not making it. Me personally, I think it's going to be San Francisco. I don't think San Francisco.
Oh, that's bold, man.
I just don't. I think San Francisco is literally going to run up against a team that's just better than them.
Again? Brandon, they're the number one seed. What's better than the number one seed?
I've seen this San Francisco story a couple of times already. And I've seen when they got in the playoffs, the quarterback just did not come up to fruition. Right, Brody, you can do that shit in Philly. That's great. Do that shit when the pressure's really on. Let's really see what you're about.
That's bold. That's bold, man. But I know where you're coming from. Because you're right. The few games that we did see Brock Purdy in the playoffs last year, San Francisco might have won, but Brock Purdy was not the reason for it. We can admit this. We can admit this. That's fine. I can admit that, and I consider myself a Brock Purdy advocate. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's put it like this. I think he's better than most. Let's put it that way.
For what he has to do, he's the best for what he has to do. You put him in Pittsburgh right now with that offense, what is Brock Purdy?
Kenny Pickett.
What is Brock Purdy with the Giants?
I can't even say Daniel Jones because he's way better than Daniel Jones right now. I'll tell you that.
Eli Manning, maybe with better accuracy.
Eli Manning with a better hairline. That's what he is.
If he's with the Jets, what is
he? He would have the Jets a little bit more favorable winning wise. I don't know about playoffs, but it would be more hopeful than what they have right now.
We also act like not having literally one of the best one of the best offensive linemen in Trent Williams, or having an all-pro receiver, all-pro running back, and probably one of the best offensive head coaches
in the modern times. Yeah, no, I agree.
Doesn't play a factor into why Brock Purdy is even somewhere near good. I don't get it. I don't get how. I get that. I get why. Because he's winning. And like I always say, when you're winning, nobody really gives a fuck how you're winning, as long as you're winning.
I believe that. No, that's true. That's true.
I feel like that's kind of why Brock Purdy is getting a fucking pass. But I saw him for 3 games without Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams. He looked like the last pick of the fucking draft.
Yeah.
I believe that's mainly who he is more than what the fuck we see every Sunday right now. That's really who he is.
But you still got to play. And he's still playing good. Now, do I believe in this whole MVP chatter? I don't know about MVP. That's a little tough for me. I get it. The stats say that yes, he probably is the MVP, but let's be real.
I don't agree with Tom Brady on Brock Purdy is the MVP of the NFL, is he the MVP of his own fucking team? I can literally list that he is like maybe six. Maybe six. He's like fourth on offense alone.
I get it. It's just I think this game is going to show more of the development of Brock Purdy than who he actually is. So like I said, I think that's why it's going to be a great game. I think we're going to see there's going to be a lot of questions that are going to get answered, and Tuesday morning is going to be a hell of a day for a lot of these teams. So, I can't wait. But Brandon, someone getting fired. Oh, that's terrible. But Brandon, that is the end of our picks. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, for joining me, my man. I will see you next Wednesday. You enjoy your holidays with your family, my man. Everybody else that tuned in, that enjoyed the show, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy the time with your families. Until then, everybody, please be safe. Peace.
Peace.